Social Security payments reaching up to $5,181 are landing in bank accounts across the country this week. And if you happen to be among the more than 70 million Americans who depend on these vital benefits each month, it is absolutely essential that you understand exactly when your money will arrive and whether you are actually receiving everything you are rightfully entitled to collect. This information could make a real difference in how you plan your finances and manage your monthly budget. So stick with me through this entire video because I am going to break down the complete payment schedule, explain precisely who qualifies for that impressive maximum benefit amount, and share some critical insights about the future of Social Security that every beneficiary needs to understand. Before we dive into all the details, I would really appreciate it if you could take just 1 second to hit that subscribe button right now. I cover Social Security news, updates, and payment information every single day on this channel, which means subscribing ensures you will never miss critical information about your benefits. The Social Security landscape is constantly changing with new rules, payment adjustments, and policy developments happening regularly, and staying informed about these changes directly impacts your monthly income and retirement security. So go ahead and subscribe. Turn on those notifications and let us get into everything you need to know about this week's payments and what is coming up in March. If your birthday falls anywhere between the 21st and the 31st of any month, your February Social Security payment is scheduled to arrive on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. This represents the final wave of February retirement and disability benefit payments going out to millions of Americans across the country this week. The Social Security Administration has implemented a staggered payment schedule that is based entirely on beneficiaries' birth dates, and this carefully designed system helps prevent processing delays while reducing the administrative strain on the agency's massive payment infrastructure that handles tens of millions of transactions every single month. So if you were born during the last third of any month, make sure you check your bank account on Wednesday because your deposit should be there waiting for you. Now let me address the headline number that absolutely everyone is talking about right now. The maximum possible Social Security retirement benefit in 2026 stands at $5,181 per month. That is genuinely a significant amount of money, and when people see that impressive figure making headlines, many of them naturally wonder why their own benefit is so much lower than that number. Here is the honest truth that every Social Security recipient needs to understand, that $5,181 maximum applies only to an extremely small percentage of retirees who meet very specific and demanding criteria that most workers simply cannot achieve. To receive the absolute maximum benefit, you must have earned at the maximum taxable income level for at least 35 years throughout your entire working career. In 2026, the Social Security taxable wage cap exceeds $170,000 annually. That means you needed to earn at or above that cap, adjusted for historical levels that were different in previous decades, for at least 35 full years of your career. You also must have accumulated at least 40 Social Security credits, which typically requires approximately 10 years of consistent employment. And most importantly, you must have delayed claiming your benefits all the way until age 70, which requires significant patience and financial planning. That precise combination of maximum lifetime earnings, sustained over decades plus delayed claiming until the latest possible age, is exactly what produces the $5,181 monthly payment that makes such attention-grabbing headlines. For most retirees across America, the reality looks very different from that maximum figure. According to the latest federal data available, the average Social Security retirement benefit actually stands at $2,771.30 per month. That is the real number that most Americans actually receive, and it represents what typical earners with typical claiming patterns actually get deposited into their bank accounts each month. The substantial gap between the maximum benefit and the average benefit clearly illustrates just how much your lifetime earnings history and your claiming strategy affect your ultimate retirement income from Social Security. Let me explain how your claiming age dramatically impacts your monthly benefit amount, because this is genuinely one of the most important financial decisions you will ever make in your entire life, and many people do not fully understand the consequences until it is too late to change course. If you claim Social Security at age 62, which is the earliest possible age for retirement benefits, your monthly payment is permanently reduced by up to 30% compared to what you would receive if you waited until your full retirement age. For maximum earners who claim at 62, this produces a monthly benefit of roughly $2,969, which represents a massive reduction from the $5,181 maximum that is available if you wait until age 70. If you claim at your full retirement age, which ranges between 66 and 67 depending on the year you were born, maximum earners receive approximately $4,152 per month. That is significantly higher than the early claiming amount we just discussed, but it is still substantially lower than what you can get by exercising patience and waiting a few more years. If you delay claiming beyond your full retirement age, you accumulate delayed retirement credits of roughly 8% per year until you reach age 70. Those credits add up remarkably quickly, and they permanently increase your monthly benefit for the entire rest of your life. That is precisely how maximum earners reach that impressive $5,181 monthly payment figure. The Social Security Administration calculates your retirement benefit using your highest 35 years of indexed earnings from throughout your entire working career. Your earnings from each year are carefully adjusted for inflation to reflect their value in current dollars, and then the benefit formula uses those 35 highest earning years to determine what is called your primary insurance amount. If you worked fewer than 35 years total, zeros are averaged into the calculation for any missing years, which significantly reduces your ultimate benefit. This is precisely why consistent employment throughout your entire career matters so much for your retirement income, and it is something younger workers should keep in mind as they plan their futures. Workers can earn up to 4 Social Security credits per year through their employment and earnings. In 2026, the earnings threshold required for each credit continues to adjust upward along with overall wage growth in the economy. Most people need approximately 10 years of work to qualify for retirement benefits at all, but working longer and earning more throughout your career directly increases your monthly payment in a very meaningful way. The benefit formula itself is progressive, which means that lower income earners receive a higher percentage of their pre-retirement income replaced by Social Security compared to higher earners. However, higher earners still receive larger absolute monthly payments, even though their replacement rate percentage is lower. This thoughtful design ensures that Social Security provides meaningful financial support to workers at all income levels, while still rewarding higher lifetime earnings with correspondingly higher benefits. Looking ahead to March 2026, here's the complete payment schedule that every beneficiary absolutely needs to know and should probably write down or save somewhere accessible. On February 27, 2026, supplemental security income payments for March will be distributed to eligible recipients. This is technically the March SSI payment, but it arrives early because March 1st falls on a weekend and payments cannot be processed on non-business days. On March 3, 2026, Social Security payments go out to beneficiaries who began receiving benefits before May of 1997, and also to individuals who receive both Social Security and SSI simultaneously. On March 11, 2026, payments arrive for beneficiaries with birthdays falling between the 1st and 10th of any month. On March 18, 2026, payments arrive for beneficiaries with birthdays between the 11th and 20th of the month. And finally, on March 25, 2026, payments arrive for beneficiaries with birthdays between the 21st and 31st. If your payment does not arrive on the expected date according to this schedule, the Social Security Administration advises that you should wait at least 3 full business days before contacting the agency to report a problem. Sometimes payments experience delays due to banking holidays, internal processing issues, or various other administrative factors that are typically resolved quickly. The vast majority of delayed payments arrive within that 3-day window without requiring any action whatsoever on your part, so patience during that brief period is usually the best approach before escalating your concerns. Now, I need to discuss something that goes well beyond this week's payments, because there is a bigger issue looming over the entire Social Security program that every current and future beneficiary should understand. The Congressional Budget Office projects that the Social Security Trust Fund faces potential depletion beginning around 2032 if lawmakers do not take action to address the program's long-term funding gap. This projection has understandably generated significant concern among both current and future beneficiaries who naturally wonder what it means for their retirement security and whether they can count on Social Security being there for them. Let me be absolutely clear about what this projection actually means in practical terms. It does not mean Social Security will disappear or that payments will suddenly stop entirely. Even if the trust fund is completely depleted, ongoing payroll taxes would still fund a substantial portion of scheduled benefits. Workers across America continue paying into the system through every single paycheck they receive, and those contributions would continue flowing directly to beneficiaries, even in a worst-case scenario. However, if nothing changes legislatively, benefit payments could potentially be reduced to match incoming revenue, which would mean smaller monthly checks for everyone receiving Social Security. The exact reduction would depend on economic conditions and demographic factors at that particular time, but current estimates suggest benefits could potentially be cut by approximately 20 to 25% if the trust fund is exhausted without any legislative action to prevent that outcome. For right now, beneficiaries can absolutely expect their scheduled February and March 2026 payments without any disruption whatsoever. The current trust fund situation does not affect payments being made today or in the immediate future. The $5,181 maximum benefit applies this year exactly as calculated, and the average retiree continues to receive their full $2,771 monthly payment right on schedule. The trust fund projection is fundamentally a long-term issue requiring legislative solutions, not an immediate crisis affecting current payment processing or benefit levels. However, the situation does create real urgency for lawmakers to address Social Security's financial sustainability before the problem becomes more difficult to solve. With more than 70 million Americans depending on these benefits and demographic pressures intensifying as baby boomers continue retiring in large numbers while life expectancy continues increasing, the program faces structural challenges that simply cannot be ignored indefinitely. Various proposals have been discussed over the years, including adjusting the payroll tax cap to capture more high-income earnings, modifying the benefit formula, gradually increasing the full retirement age, and implementing other changes that would strengthen the program's finances for future generations. None of these proposals have been enacted into law yet, and the political difficulty of making changes to such an enormously popular program has prevented meaningful action despite years of warnings about the trust fund trajectory from experts across the political spectrum. In terms of what you should actually be doing right now to protect yourself and maximize your benefits, there are several practical steps that every Social Security recipient should take. First, confirm your exact payment date based on your birthday and the official payment schedule I outlined earlier in this video. Knowing precisely when to expect your deposit helps you manage your monthly budget effectively and allows you to identify any potential problems quickly if your payment does not arrive as expected. Second, verify that your direct deposit information is completely current and accurate through your personal Social Security account at ssa.gov. Ensuring your banking details are up to date prevents frustrating payment delays and protects against potential issues with outdated account information that could cause your payment to go to the wrong place. Third, take the time to review your annual Social Security statement carefully to understand your projected benefits and verify that your complete earnings history is accurate in their records. Errors in your earnings record can actually reduce your benefit amount below what you have rightfully earned, so catching and correcting any mistakes before you claim your benefits is absolutely essential for maximizing your retirement income. Fourth, consider your claiming strategy very carefully if you have not yet started receiving benefits, because the difference between claiming at 62 versus waiting until 70 can amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime, making this decision one of the most consequential financial choices you will ever make. Fifth, make a commitment to staying informed about policy developments affecting Social Security going forward. The decisions lawmakers ultimately make regarding the program's future will directly impact your benefits, and understanding those ongoing discussions helps you plan accordingly and advocate for your interests as a beneficiary. The reality for most Americans is that Social Security serves as a critical but often only partial source of retirement income. The average benefit of $2,771 per month provides essential financial support, but it typically does not cover all living expenses for most retirees living in most parts of the country. This reality underscores the importance of supplementing Social Security with personal savings, employer retirement plans, and other income sources whenever that is possible to do so. For those who are already retired and find themselves fully dependent on Social Security as their primary or only income source, maximizing your benefit through proper claiming strategy and ensuring you receive all the programs you qualify for becomes even more critically important. Many beneficiaries are completely unaware of additional programs that could meaningfully supplement their income, including various state assistance programs, SNAP benefits for food assistance, Medicare savings programs that can reduce health care costs, and low-income home energy assistance programs that help with utility bills. Taking the time to explore these options thoroughly can help stretch your Social Security dollars significantly further and improve your overall quality of life in retirement. The $5,181 maximum benefit makes headlines because it represents the absolute highest possible Social Security payment available in 2026, and it is certainly an impressive and attention-grabbing number. But the more relevant and realistic figure for most Americans is that $2,771 average, which accurately reflects what typical workers actually receive each month after decades of contributing to the system through their payroll taxes. Understanding this reality helps set appropriate expectations for retirement and motivates proper financial planning throughout your working years while you still have time to save and invest additional money for your future. Social Security remains the backbone of retirement security in the United States, providing reliable monthly income to retirees, disabled workers, surviving family members, and their dependents. The program has delivered on its fundamental promise for nearly 9 decades since its creation, and despite the funding challenges that lie ahead, it continues to serve as the essential foundation of financial security for tens of millions of Americans who have earned these benefits through a lifetime of work. Whether your payment arrives this Wednesday or later in March, according to the schedule, knowing your exact payment date, understanding how your benefit is calculated, and staying informed about the program's future puts you in the best possible position to maximize your retirement income and protect your financial well-being. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If this information was helpful to you, please take a moment to share this video with friends and family members who also receive Social Security benefits or who will be claiming them in the future. Getting accurate and reliable information to as many beneficiaries as possible helps everyone understand their benefits more completely and make truly informed decisions about their retirement. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss important Social Security updates that could affect your monthly income. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I will see you in the next video.